Hey guys, hope you had a great weekend and are having a great day. I wanted to hop on and do a little bit of a weekend recap because the weekend was huge for Sambo in general. We had two big matches, the Cade versus Wally Kersev match, and then the Islam Makhachev versus Charles Oliveira match. Chael Sonnen also came out and made another video about Cade fighting Wally and saying that it wasn't really Mikey's idea to do BJJ versus Sambo, but he did talk about that situation, and he didn't mention my name. I think he might have forgot it. A little bit disappointed right there. But it is what it is. Right now, Sambo's sitting 1-1 for the matches, and we need a third one to get 2 out of 3. So 1, we didn't make that happen. So now getting into the Cade versus Wally match, I was disappointed in Kersev's tactics. He got that foot sweep off the bat, and I really think that kind of made him cocky for the rest of the match. I think in his head he thought, oh, I sweep 19-year-old boy. Easy. He go down. It's nothing. And the whole Russian. That's just how I imagine it, him being Russian and everything. But apparently he was wrong, and he went for that forwards throw off the grip, really with no grip actually, and gave up his back like a gift to Cade. And then Cade went for a flurry of submissions, attacking, wearing down Kersev. And Kersev did show incredible toughness, and then towards the end, they started getting into leg entanglements, and that's where Cade got the heel hook, I believe. But Cade, it was a good match. Props to Cade. Congratulations to him. He showed his BJJ off incredibly well. Kersev showed that he was incredibly tough, but not the best in terms of tactics. I think he got the match on rather quick notice and didn't get to prepare as much as he needed to. Now for the Charles Oliveira versus Islam Makhachev match. Islam really impressed me. I didn't really know that his striking was that good. I kind of underestimated that. And then on the ground, he showed pretty good dominance. He didn't really get towards side control or mount very much, but when he was in Charles's guard and Charles was throwing up triangle and armbar attempts, he did a very good job recognizing them and backing out and pushing back in when he needed to, getting some good ground and pound in, and showing incredible dominance and control. And then towards the end, whenever he got that big punch off of Charles's flying knee, I believe it was a right off of Charles' flying knee, Charles goes down as he typically does whenever he gets rocked. Islam is probably the one person that can actually follow him back down and get that arm triangle win. I think Charles had a little bit of nerves going up to the match, and that's something I wanted to talk about in terms of combat sambo versus BJJ in MMA. Islam earlier in the week had talked about having essentially thousands of MMA matches with combat sambo. He'd gone out there and actually had a real fight hundreds, maybe thousands of times. Whereas Charles or other MMA fighters may only have 20, 30, 50 matches where they actually get to go and test themselves in the ring. And this really lends itself towards combat sambo in MMA. So if you are an MMA fighter, it's actually good if you can go do some combat sambo tournaments. Gets you that experience, and it doesn't go on your MMA record. You can go test things out, you can do new things, and you can learn without destroying your record. So I'd really promote that for any MMA fighters out there. Go check out the combat sambo, and we need more people to get into it so we have that quality of fighter in combat sambo, and it certainly is growing. In the U.S. Nationals, we had some killers in there, and yeah, I really think combat sambo is the best martial art to get into MMA, and hopefully we can prove that it is the best or one of the best grappling arts soon. If I get that match with Mikey, then we'll go 2 out of 3. So, and then for my weekend, we had a Texas Sambo Summit, probably 50 people out in Texas. It's essentially a camp. We had lots of teaching out there. The coaches were great, and then we had lots of really good matches. Sadly, my footage from the first day was either corrupted or the camera settings weren't quite correct. I'm getting used to the new GoPro. But from the second day, we got lots of footage of sport and combat sparring, so we'll clip that up, get some highlights out to y'all, and tell you about how the summit really went. It was, I really think it was awesome, but more to come on that will be on the video in the next 1 or 2 days. So I really appreciate you watching the video. If you got all this way, I'd really appreciate it if you liked and subscribed. Thank you very much. Bye.